Because of the gap and because of not having a proper transition from our old generation that was based on sea trade until today, I believe that the best solution is to start with education, primary levels, all the way to higher education, encouraging women empowerment, but focusing on the idea of equity, not equality. We don't want to fulfill a criteria or a percentage of ladies. We want qualified women to be working in the industry. I believe that the lack of awareness is a major problem, and proper campaigns through schools, whether they're universities or primary schools, as I mentioned, are necessary to increase the awareness for more people to join the industry as a whole, not as only cadets and captains, but lawyers, managers, bankers, insurers, basically everything within maritime.
My initiative is called Danat, which is focusing on young ladies that we need to empower them and show them some awareness about the industry. The lack of awareness is actually, I believe, one of the main reasons that contributed in the lack of ladies in the industry. Therefore, awareness is my main concern in regards of Danat, which will focus on young girls in schools and elementary schools.
The solution, I think, for the gender gap inequality in terms of the sector, logistics, I think is to start with the schools and even with the younger age with games to promote the shipping industry, the logistics and freight. Start with school roadshows, get prominent female speakers, male speakers about the industry and why we should join the industry. And then the government also should come up with programs, scholarships, as well as the private sector to have more females in this type of sector and encourage Emiratis also in this very prominent growing sector.
I encourage all the females, students, men, women, to get involved with the maritime and to be a captain as I am. My solution is I wish that we have a better university to continue my degrees, because when I look to my degrees, I need to continue my studies. I didn't find a good university here in the UAE. And UAE have the capability and the instructors, so why don't we have a university colleges that we can continue our degrees in maritime?
What we really appreciate is the current discussion about getting the next generation into shipping, attracting them, and also closing the gender gap. On the next generation, what we find extremely important is to do a bit of a PR for the industry. And it starts not with universities, it should start much earlier. It should start with schools, having some kind of children books to bring some kind of transparency to the shipping industry. Let our children know what it means. We are maritime lawyers or we are bunker traders. Let them know what that actually means. So we would like to have the initiative to go into schools, start speaking to the younger children, bring the transparency, show them how exciting our jobs are. Why do I love shipping? I could do lots of other things in law. Why do I love shipping? Because it never gets boring. Because it's a global industry. You always deal with different nationalities, different time frames, different cultures. And that is something I could definitely speak to with them.